Well, hello there, and welcome to Senior Musicians Unite. That's right, senior musicians. My channel is for us old guys, right? Because we enjoy what we do, and we're good at it, and we're good at it. I want to talk just a quick few minutes, take a little time out today to talk about creating music as a senior musician. Like I am, and like a lot of you are. And I notice a lot of you because a lot of you in my comments, you guys show me that you are up a little older in years. I'll put it like that, right? So it's some things that you can consider when you're a senior musician, and I consider them anyway, right? And that's like number one. I think you need to embrace you have a unique perspective. The reason why is because you can draw on life experiences and emotions, and those things kind of give your music more authenticity because you've been there when you write those lyrics. You know, when you talk about getting thrown out the house, right? You've been there. You know what that felt like. So use that perspective because you've got that experience that can really make a song really good, but also experiment with different styles. Don't be afraid to explore different styles. I know some of you guys, you selected a genre and you kind of stay in that pocket, but sometimes just broadening a little bit can help you out. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go from country to gangster rap. I'm not going to, but I tell you what's interesting. It was interesting is that some of the country artists are actually they're actually including some rap in their country, So they're broadening, they're adding different styles and genres, right? And experimenting with what works, I mean, some country line dancing is almost if you take the beat, it's almost exclusively rap, without the hardcore rapping, And that's all I'm saying is that experiment with different styles, right? Sometimes you'd be surprised at what you can come up with. Collaborating with others if you can, because that can be a little tough sometimes for senior musicians trying to find the people to collaborate with. Good part about it is that you can do that through the internet. But again, collaborate if you can. Collaborate with different musicians, but also don't just collaborate with old guys. If you can, try to find some younger musicians that you can collaborate with because sometimes they have a perspective that can also help you out, and you can go and you can help them out also. So don't look at it just from the perspective of trying to find or trying to put a band together with a bunch of old guys. If you can, that's fine. But also, sometimes the younger guys can bring something to you some insight that you hadn't thought of before and give you some inspiration. So that's a good thing. Another thing is you want to you really should leverage the technological advances of today. You don't need, a lot of times, you don't need, 20 keyboards or 20 guitars or creating the song yourself in a DAW. Learn how to use that DAW. Learn how to do some mixing. Learn how to do some mastering. Learn how to do some recording. Microphones, things that help today that you didn't have exposure to as much years ago. It's amazing the things that you can do on a computer that back in the earlier days, you actually had to go to a studio for, especially drums, man. Drums were really, really something. I know I've been in studios before and I've been in sessions before where it seems like half the day was just spent on the drum set. I don't have to do that now because I can go and find a good drum sample that's giving me everything that I need. So again, stay up with technology. That doesn't mean you don't need to adopt all the technology. You don't need to do that. But stay up with advances in technology because they can really help you out in creating music going forward. Another thing, focus on quality and not quantity. And when I say focus on quality, I mean, this doesn't mean that you spend all this time with your work and keep going it over and over and over and over again. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the fact that your experience will allow you to create some really, really quality music that you can refine and it will last you forever. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about getting into a loop of saying, I got to write a song a day. I've seen things where they talk about, writing a song a day or 50 songs a day or whatever, or a month. I'm not saying it's wrong, but what I'm saying is that I would rather spend my time trying to create a quality song, a song that I like, The only hard part, of course, is knowing when to let it go. And sometimes you just got to go, okay, I'm done with this song. And if you notice, again, every song that most of us do, excuse me, when see that's old guys, a lot of times a song that we do, we'll go back and hear it afterwards and we go, well, I should have done this and I should have done that. That's fine, but let it go. But if you got the quality in the song, it's going to show. And also, you've got knowledge, man. Share it. Like I said, when you talk to older people, when you talk to, other artists, right? Share your knowledge, teach them if you can. Try to show them some things. I don't know about you can. It's harder to participate in workshops today, but there are some guys that are in music groups. Some guys are in songwriting groups, right? Which helps you, kind of it keeps you out of a solo atmosphere, which is really good. And also, you have to take care of yourself. You really have to take care of yourself. And what that means is that, you have to balance the time between, creating music, right, and trying to have a healthy lifestyle, especially if you're retired. If you're retired, I don't know, maybe you want to go to the pickleball court. The pickleball's so huge today. Maybe you want to go to the pickleball court. Maybe you need to work out a little bit. Don't just get caught up in creating music and doing nothing else but that. I think you need to get out and get some fresh air, and experience other parts of life. Maybe you need to travel a little bit. And it's funny too, you can take a trip sometimes and come back full of inspiration and ideas. I know I was in Hawaii in October and I came back. I live in Virginia and I came back and I had all kind of ideas that I hadn't thought about at the time. Then as I reminisced on my trip, some ideas for songs came into play, which it's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, to do that. And of course, that also gives you what we call inspiration, because you can get inspiration from those things. You can get inspiration from a lot of things. Hopefully, at our age, the inspiration will be more positive than negative. That's why what I refuse to get wrapped up, and this is me, but I refuse to get wrapped up in the news cycle. The news on television because it tends to be more and more negative. I would like to look for more things that will inspire, give me inspiration and hope, if you want to call it that, but just bright, just a brighter thing, right? Which helps me write also. And again, and reflect on the journey that you've been, And when I say reflect on the journey, right? Think about your days back in the earlier days if you were a musician, right? When you were with a band or you toured or whatever, right? Those things can also give you some inspiration for some new ideas, right? Or if nothing else, it can make you laugh, because I know when we used to do that, reminisce about, if I get with some guys like that, we reminisce about, back in the day we did this and did that, right? It's the most fun time. We spend a lot of time laughing about it because for whatever reason, we seem to remember the good times more than the bad times. We do a lot of that. And also, if you have an audience, if you're lucky enough to have an audience, some guys play out. Some guys play out in pubs. Some guys play out in small clubs. Some guys play out in old folks' homes, 'cause oh God, they love you guys, us, not you guys, us, they love us, But if you can go to those places and play and engage with the audience, because there's nothing like being on a stage or even if it's karaoke, right? And I know there's a salsa place, a Mexican restaurant, and they do karaoke every Friday night, right? And I go in there every now and then. I might do a quick pop in there, right, just to check things out, And all of a sudden, the guy plays. One of my favorite songs to do is the Temptations' "Get Ready," right? And the guy plays "Get Ready." I get up and I sing "Get Ready," and I get to engage with the audience and everything. It's great. Two reasons why it's great. One reason why is because I like the song, I love the song, and I can sing the song really well. And the other reason why is because I'm only doing that one song and I'm done. But that's a nice way to engage with the audience, right? And also what it does, it helps you build listeners sometimes, because sometimes when people hear that, they will ask you, have you done anything else, right? And then, of course, if you've done that, if you're on, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, or whatever, right? Make sure those links are on your phone or some type of pictures are on your phone, because when they ask you that questions, you can flip your phone and go, yep, here I am on Spotify, or here I am on Amazon, or whatever. You can do that, which kind of help you build a little fan base sometimes. So those are things about it. But remember that when you're a senior musician, your experience is a valuable asset. and you can contribute to the richness of music, whether you work with other people, whether you create the joy of creating, and also, and it will also keep your passion alive. So just remember those things as a senior musician, and I hope those tips help you in moving forward, right? And keep creating great music. And again, that's what I wanted to talk about today is being. Oh, and also, again, if you like what I talk about, if you like the things I do, click the subscribe button. All right, I always can use more subscribers like anybody else on YouTube. As a senior musician, But again, hopefully this helps you guys, and hopefully it inspires you all to keep making great music and enjoy the process of doing it. And with that, I will close. Thanks a lot for listening, and I will see you guys later. Okay, bye.